I'd like to call the City of Menasha Board of Public Works to order. Roll call, please. Clerk Galeazzi.
Alderman Langdon.
Here.
Alderman Keehan.
Here.
Alderman Zielinski.
Here.
Alderman Rollins-Jump. Alderman Benner.
Here.
Alderman Nichols.
Here.
Alderman Taylor.
Here.
Alderman Kraut-Kramer.
Here. Okay, first order of business is to approve the minutes from May 4th, 2015. Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from May 4th, 2015.
Go ahead, Ms. Nichols.
I'll move to approve the minutes from May 4th, 2015.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, there's minutes are approved. We have 3 action items tonight. We're going to skip to number 2, if people don't mind. This gentleman's been here a while. He requires a change order from Dan Hippis and Sons Incorporated, 2015 water main reconstruction project M002-940733, an addition of $45,220, change order number 1. Mr. Mauer, do you have any information on that for us, please?
Yes.
Why don't you sit here? Yeah. This change order came about when we had bid openings in January. The bids came in very, very favorable on the roads that we had projected to get done. At this point in time, we're at or below budget on the roads that are currently under new water main that they're putting in. And this change order is a problem area on 7th Street between Grove and John Street. There's been probably 14 main breaks in the last 7 years on that 600 feet of road. So before the city would come back in and redo that road, I can't put water main and fix the road and not have water main put down on it. So that's where I came up with the adding 600 feet to the contract. And we're still within under budget by adding this $45,220.
Okay, thank you. Is there any discussion? Alderman Nichols?
Thank you. I'll make a motion to approve change order to Don Hippis and Sons Incorporated for a 2015 water main reconstruction project M002-940733. Add $45,220, and it's change order number 1.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any discussion? Alderman Zielinski?
Thank you. Where is this main presently, and where would you be moving it?
Right now it's presently in the north roadway, and we're going to be moving it into the terrace. And the reason we'd move it into the terrace is if we dig in the road with all the multiple main breaks that are existing there that we have repaired, we'd lose half the road. So we're going to move it into the terrace area.
Is there any sense why this stretch there you did multiple repairs? The pipe is this.
Has to do with partly the age of it and also the backfill. A lot of stone backfill in that area. And it's just the age of the main, it's deteriorating.
Should you be going further?
Well, we'd like to do the whole 7th Street eventually, yes.
So would it be more cost effective to do it all at once versus 45ing it into the terrace or 90ing it? And
We can pick up and go on the terrace moving forward, but there'd be quite a cost increase to do the whole street at this time, and budgets, we wouldn't be able to do it.
okay, thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Can we take a vote, please?
Motion carried on roll call 8-0.
Thanks for the chair.
Next action item we have is a street use application for a Community Fest Parade of Lights Friday, July 3rd, 2015, 9 p.m. to 10:15 p.m., cities of Neenah and Menasha. It appears we have all the signatures we need, unless anybody has any other information for me otherwise. Do we have a motion to approve this to council?
I'll make a motion to approve street use application. Community Fest Parade of Lights, Friday, July 3rd, 2015, 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Cities of Menasha and Neenah. And the parade does start in Neenah this year for the people at home that are going to adjust their schedules to this.
Thank you, Alderman Taylor. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Can we take, any discussion? All right, let's take a voice vote. Can we do that here? Sure. Let's take a voice vote. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, motion carries. To the council. Number 3, action item number 3, we have Wisconsin Department of Transportation, TACO Stormwater Pond Memorandum of Agreement. And I'd like to throw this to Director Radke, if I could.
Sure, thank you.
Give us some information. Thank you.
What we have in the packet is a copy of the Memorandum of Agreement that was put together by Wisconsin Department of Transportation relating to stormwater pond at the Racine Street interchange. The Racine Street interchange is proposed to be constructed in 2016, completed by the end of 2016. And a couple years ago in 2013, the Town of Menasha, City of Menasha, and Winnebago County got together and discussed the possibility of, at the Racine Street interchange and the Midway Road interchange, of involving the DOT when they are reconstructing these interchanges as part of the 441 expansion project, to consider coordinating the expansion of the required stormwater ponds with the various communities. In this case, we're only dealing with the Racine Street stormwater pond, which is an existing pond. It's a shared pond between the Town of Menasha and the City of Menasha. We currently own 74% of the pond based on pollutant removal percentages. And so we did start petitioning and started discussions with DOT about the possibility of jointly expanding the existing pond at the Racine Street interchange. And what this does is a couple things. It gives the DOT an opportunity to meet their DNR stormwater regulations standards at a lesser cost than what it would be if they were to construct a pond separately. In this case, they would have to construct a pond, their own pond, and then provide additional storm sewer to separate that pond from our pond. So the cost did get quite high under that situation. So after they did their evaluation and after they received authorization from their central office in Madison, they did decide that this could be a win-win situation both for the communities and for the DOT. So they did prepare this memorandum of agreement. We did review it with our consultant, with actually the Town of Menasha's consulting engineer, and we had a few comments to add as well. And the DOT considered our comments, revised the agreement, and what you see is before you tonight. I think this is a good agreement for us to execute, because we are getting a large increase in the amount of pollutants that will be handled by this increased pond, and the construction cost to the city and the town is zero. The DOT is picking up all of the additional construction costs. Our portion of the agreement involves mostly the operation and maintenance of the pond after the construction of the expanded pond. And there will be additional costs, but they are relatively minor. We already have O&M responsibility shared at the existing pond, and this would simply require some additional time and expense, but very minor relative to the gains that we achieve with the added pond size. So we are recommending approval of this agreement.
Thank you, Director Radke. Are there any comments, questions? Alderman Benner?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mark, when you're able to do this stormwater pond originally, I was really happy that we did it because it did save us a lot of money, and it was really a good thing for the town of Menasha and the city of Menasha. When I read this, I was really happy to see that we were able to expand what we had already done and work out good for this highway change that we're making. And I just wanted to commend you and any other city staff, and of course the town of Menasha and the DOT for the work that you guys did, because this was really a good deal for the city of Menasha and the town of Menasha, and to help with our highway costs as well through the state. So it was a good thing that we did originally, and it's still turning out to be a very good thing, and I thank you for that.
Well, thank you for those comments, and we hope to carry this forward with the Midway Road interchange as well, because there are some pretty large gains to be realized in that area as well. So if this works well and DOT is comfortable with it, we hope that we'll bring another MOA before you in a couple of years.
Thank you, gentlemen. Any more discussion?
I do.
Oh, Alderman Taylor?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Director Radke, is this where we spent the $244 for the suburban wildlife on this pond?
No.
Okay.
It's in the Lake Park, well, the Ponds subdivision, Lake Park
Okay.
Villas, out in that area,
Thanks.
where we've had a nuisance problem with the muskrat for a couple of years now.
Okay. What problem do they cause on the pond? What problems do they cause that we haven't?
They totally destroy the banks and the plants, the vegetation along the banks of the pond.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Any more discussion? Alderman Zelinski?
Thank you. Mark, there's some developable property along Racine Street, isn't there? I didn't see any lots sell recently or anything, but is there going to be any more created with this? And will we have
No.
access to it?
No, there will not be. And those lots are in the town of Menasha.
Okay. Wasn't part of this in the city?
Or, did you say Racine Road or
That'd be Taco, yeah.
Taco, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is any part of that in the city?
No.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Any more discussion? Okay, seeing none, do we have a motion to approve? Alderman Taylor? No?
Somebody else has it.
Alderman Benner?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. At this time, I'd make a motion to approve the Wisconsin DOT Takeout Storm Water Pond Memorandum of Agreement as prepared.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Okay, let's take a, whoa, there's more discussion. Alderman Nichols, go ahead, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have two questions. The first regarding the motion, at the end of the paragraph under recommendation, it's the last paragraph of Director Radke's memo. It says pending the city attorney's final review of the document. Do we still need to have that?
I think so. I had emailed this to Pam, but I think she was digging deeply into incorporation issues, annexation, and still redevelopment issues. So she just hasn't, quite honestly, hasn't had time. But we've got a couple weeks before the council meeting, so hoping that Pam would have some time to at least review it.
So would you like that added to the motion?
Please, I would.
I'd like to make an amendment to that motion to include pending the city attorney's final review of this document. I'm willing
So
to
we'll
do a
need-
friendly amendment.
Just add it to the original amendment.
Okay, we'll still need a second.
No.
Okay.
Okay?
Just add it to the original.
Threw you a wrench today, Chairman.
Thank you. You can have that wrench back.
And then my second question, and I almost hate to ask, we're entering into agreement with the town of Menasha, and we have various agreements with the town of Menasha. And we earlier this evening discussed their willingness to incorporate Will these agreements be any way affected by that potential incorporation? And I'd like to ask Attorney Captain that question.
Thank you. Attorney Captain?
There is expected to still be a town remainder, so that there still will be a town of Menasha if the incorporation proceeds and is approved. There still would be a town of Menasha, so this agreement would still be out there. The town would just be a lot smaller.
Yes, and I guess that was the answer I anticipated. And then if they scooped up more area after an incorporation, would these agreements still be enforceable, Attorney Captain?
The recommendation would be to ensure that we have the new village.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
The recommendation would be that we have new agreements with the village.
Okay,
I mean, look what happened with Harrison.
thank you.
Even though we had an agreement, and even though we heard they were going to abide by it.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, try to organize this. So we have a motion to approve with the friendly amendment, and we need a second, which we have, so we can now vote. Is there any other discussion?
Can you repeat the amendment?
The amendment is to have the city attorney's final review of the document to go along with the Wisconsin Department of Transportation TACO Stormwater Pond Memorandum of Agreement. All right, can we take a vote? Awesome, thank you.
Motion carried on roll call 8-0.
The only thing left on here is for a motion of adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Do we have a second? All in favor? Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.